Welcome back, H Nation, to another Stump the Creator. This is Zach Edwards. If you haven't heard of Stump the Creator, it's basically where you try to stump me at my own game. That's right. And if you do, you get a prize. If you get a question that's very interesting and very close to being a stump, I'll give you an honorable mention. Otherwise, these questions just basically help us to perfect the game so that every time that we come up with a card that's like, oh, wait a second, maybe we should change the abilities, we'll change the abilities. And every time we print, we try to change the abilities because we want to make sure that all what's called ambiguities, that's the word of the day, ambiguities are taken out, which basically means all everything that contradicts each other or is questionable, gray areas. That's ambiguities, not contradicts, gray areas. So let me help. Let's continue on with Caleb M, who did our next set of questions. Now he sent a set of questions, so let's go through these. I have a question. I have a couple questions regarding cards that haven't been released yet. Okay, these are great because I haven't released them yet. I want to be able to get them finalized before we release them. And it does not look like, oh, did do pie. I'm looking through this really fast. I see that there's pie on here, but I think we may have fixed the issue before we sent it out. Let's see. Number one, am I allowed to use Richard the Lionhearted to make one of my armies not able to lose for one round? Okay, let's just see. Go back to. Now these are not printed cards, so I cannot look at my encyclopedia of all things. So I need to go into actual files of these cards and open them up. So, oops. Richard Line. Oh, Sequoia. Okay, so I'm recording this one right afterwards because I'm releasing one Tuesday and one Thursday. I found Sequoia. If you saw the Tuesday video, you'll know why I'm laughing. Oh, that's why I didn't know that card. Okay, I've never printed yet. It's still waiting to be printed. Wow, that's funny. Okay, would you like to place it? No, I do not. Oh, I was about to save over. Let's not save over. Let's open. Okay, opening these new cards. Okay, going into my database of everything historical conquest. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. This is my CYOC contest folder. And now I'm looking at Richard the Lionhearted. I'm actually opening up the file itself. So you won't see this image that is next to me. You're going to see the old image that I had on the card. So let's share screen. Share screen. Boom, done deal. Look at this. Richard the Lionhearted was a king, Duke of Normandy. Okay, so bypass all that. That's the history. Check it out. Read it up on as I'm talking, or pause it and see this. But let's go to the abilities. It says choose one army in your battlefield. That army cannot lose a battle that they are in for one round. So a battle that they are in. So it means one battle. Doesn't matter. The whole battle. So if it's let's see, the United Kingdom versus France, then that army will not lose as long as those two lands are fighting. So, okay, now the question is, let's see, stop share screen. Okay, here we go. Am I allowed to use Richard the Lionhearted to make one of my armies not be able to lose for one round, then play the 6-Day War if Ching Shi, okay, 6-Day War, let's go to my encyclopedia. 6-Day War. 6-Day War. For some reason it's not in there. I know it's a rare card. So let's pull this one up. Open. 6-Day War. What was it, 2020s? No, well before that. 19. 6-Day War. Where is 6-Day War? What year? What year did we print? Okay, I do have the next one, which is going to be, he's going to ask about, because I see it here, Ching Shi, and Ching Shi is here. So I'm going to bring this card up. Open. And now we go back and find 6-Day War. 6-Day War is not there. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so it is in 2018 when this was played. Oh, it's the old image. Let's bring up the new image while we're in here. 6-Day War. Boom, much better. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start share screening so we can see these. Boom, there you go. I hope you can see this. I don't know, because I haven't done this much on Zoom. Yeah, I used to do on, never mind, on another program. Okay, then play the 6-Day War, which says interrupt one of your lands gains 3,000 strength, then fights all of your opponent's lands in the same continent. Infinite attacks. If you gain more, or if you win, gain 400 morale, and your opponent hands over those lands. Okay, now here's the problem. Those are not battles. Those are multiple battles. You have a plethora of battles. However many lands you have all those different battles. But a battle is still one. So no, you cannot play 6-Day War because that is not a battle. If Ching Shi is in the same land as both the army and Richard, you could attack a large amount of your opponent's lands and possibly remove them from the game all in one turn. Here's the problem. Let's go to Ching Shi. Ching Shi. If any pirate, explorer, or outlaw cards are played, she steals them and puts them into play. The land in which she is in play can attack other lands that are separated by water. Okay, so I guess they're using this as that you can attack. Yeah, because she's not transporting. It just allows you to attack lands that are from different lands. So yes, okay, that's a good point. No one's ever used that for a Stump the Creator. I wonder why. Okay, but Ching Shi would actually allow you to go from land to land. But the problem is you cannot play 6-Day War. Let's go back to the better picture. 6-Day War and use that card because the card is only for one battle. It actually does say, see, Richard the Lionhearted, one in your battlefield, that army cannot lose a battle. One battle. It's not all the battles throughout the time. A battle is land. Now, if there's a card that says opposite of that, then I will give you an honorable mention. It might not stump me, but I'll give you an honorable mention. Because, I mean, wording is very important. I would have to change this before that card comes out, before I print that card. Well, actually, have I printed it yet? I don't know if I printed it yet. I may not have, because I print some in advance. I basically print them every quarter. So I've printed the first 3 the first month. I printed the next 3 just now. It hasn't arrived yet. I'm trying to remember which ones I sent in. Anyways, we're going to go into question number 2. Is Elizabeth Blackwell, whose abilities allow you to revive any discarded character and immediately put them into play, allowed to revive characters from other discard piles since it says any discard pile? So we've talked about this before. You have to have ownership of the card in order to revive a card for yourself. Unless the card says you can do it from an opponent, they have ownerships of those cards. You cannot use their cards. So you cannot go into their hand unless your card says otherwise. This card, Elizabeth Blackwell, does not. We've actually had this question before, so I know exactly what it is. Okay, but the second question comes from this. If so, can Alice Augusta Ball do the same thing, since, unlike Marie Currie, it doesn't say revive a character from your discard pile? Again, ownership. You don't have ownership of those cards. You cannot take ownership of a card unless a card tells you otherwise in its abilities. These 2 cards do not give you ownership, or do not give you permission to take from your opponent. So both of those, no, sorry. I also found a loop. I also have found a loophole that allows 1 to multiply pi. This card may not be multiplied is under the once condition, meaning that once you fail to multiply it once, you can then multiply it afterwards. No, no, no. It means that you can only use it once. You can't multiply it. So that is a card that says once, meaning you can only use that once. Good try. That's a great way of using wording against me. You guys do it a lot. I do appreciate, I always appreciate you guys being innovative in your questions, but it is under the once, meaning you can only use it once. Not that the card is only used once, because if a card is used once, such as increasing your morale by 400 points, and that's in the once position, you can fail one time and then try it again. That doesn't make sense. You cannot multiply someone playing 400 morale points and then you using it again because you used it after you tried it a second time to multiply. No, sorry, it does not work that way. If a card goes in play and you use the abilities, you cannot multiply the abilities after it's already been used. So after you've multiplied, or after you've already played that card and used the morale, you cannot multiply it. You can actually play cards at the same time. If you multiply it or even quadruple it as you're playing that card, that is allowed, but you cannot do it after it's been used. So, taking effect, I want a stump out of this. If you thought that that was working, I want someone to use a stump from the answer I just gave, question number 3. So please do. Also, Ching Shi, I want to hear some stumps on that one too. So try it out. Love to hear it. Anyways, let's stop share screen. I'll see you next time. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. Some of the weeks we hold off because we don't have any questions. So please send me questions. Anything you think that could stump me, send it in. If you think it's an honorable mention, send it in. Caleb M, thank you so much for going over these cards that have not been printed. I really do appreciate it. If I'm wrong about Richard the Lionhearted, that there is another card that says battle, being like any cards, or even the rules, then please send that in because I want to be stumped. I want you to stump me. Stump me. Anyways, I'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, actually. Take care. Bye.